Hi, I'm Remy. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. Hi. So we are going to be doing a July wrap-up video. I unfortunately only read 3 books this month, so we're going to do a July wrap-up and August TBR. If you do not know what TBR means, it means to be read. So let's start with the first thing that I read this month, which was Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. I finished this book in 2 days. So listen. I was a Colleen Hoover hater, alright? I was a Colleen Hoover hater. I did not like her, but this book saved her. Miles Archer, I love him. They're so cute. I cried. 5 stars. This is 5 stars right here. 5 stars. 5 stars. The first book I ever read by Colleen Hoover was November 9th, and it was a mistake. This is what I should have read first, because I would have fallen in love with her immediately. This book is great. I love this book. I want to go back and annotate it. If anybody's ever watched Sunny Kim, she is a booktuber, and she always talks about making Pinterest boards for books that she really likes. So I did that for Ugly Love. I'm going to try and put a video right here of me scrolling through it. But it really does make you freaking obsessed, because I am obsessed, okay? I'm obsessed. So the next book that I read this month was The Hating Game. So this book, I have a whole video I'm going to do separate from this book that's going to come out on the 3rd of August. So this will be the next video that comes out after this. I don't know how to describe this book. It's supposed to be an enemies to lovers, but it's very much not really that, because in the end of the book, okay, so it's gonna kind of be a spoiler, so if you want to skip to like this timestamp, skip through this part. But Joshua Templeman, you find out the end, never hated her and always like loved her, and like I feel like enemies to lovers is like true hatred to love, or like they actually dislike each other to like loving each other. But in this book, he always loved her. So, and he just argued with her because he enjoyed talking to her and interacting with her and stuff like that. Okay, what I think is creepy about this book, which I think some people probably thought was like super like cute or whatever, but when within the first week that he meets Lucy, he paints his bedroom walls her eye color. I don't know about you, but that's kind of creepy to me. This book was actually really cringy. I didn't like some of the scenes. I did like, however, in this book that he kind of waits to have sex with her. He wants to make the like moment count, which I think is great. I love that in this book. And I actually watched the movie, which I thought was going to make me like the book more, but it didn't, and that's what the whole entire other video is about. So go look out for that video next. This book is a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I don't know, it was kind of, some of the scenes are kind of cringy and kind of weird and something you wouldn't normally do if you actually hated somebody, you know? Like, I don't know. Just 3.5 out of 5 stars. The last book I read this month was Verity. This book had me on edge, okay? This book is about an author who does not have any money, and her mother has just died, and she needs to find a different apartment or she's going to get evicted because she has no money. And she gets an offer to finish this author's series because the author got into a car accident and she can't move and she can't do anything, so she can't write her story. So they are paying her like $500,000 per book for her to finish this like girl series. So she meets the lady's husband, and then she has to go to her house and find all the outlines for these books so she can continue writing them for this lady. Well, a bunch of crap happens and she finds this autobiography manuscript about Verity, and like Verity is the woman that is not able to walk or anything. And she finds out a bunch of things about Verity, or what she thinks is true, and because it's an autobiography manuscript, right? And about like how Verity and Jeremy met and how they ended up having kids and blah blah blah. And it gets really uncomfortable at times, especially if, like, it was uncomfortable for me. And I think that's why Colleen Hoover's writing is so good in this book, because it truly makes you feel uncomfortable. Because the book isn't supposed to be a happy book. It's not. Like, literally, it's not. It's supposed to be a thriller. It's supposed to be, like, scary, psychological type feel. And she truly gave that. Like, it took me 4 to 5 days to finish this book because, like, I wanted to keep reading it to figure out what would happen, but some of the scenes were so uncomfortable that I'd have to stop reading. And I think Colleen Hoover's writing is just perfection for that, to be honest. So, 5 out of 5 stars for this. I loved this book. I also have a Pinterest board for this book. So I'll link down my book Pinterest below so you can see all the books that I like and like made Pinterest boards for. But this is the Pinterest board for this book. I love this book. And I don't know if I want to go back and annotate this book or not. I haven't decided. This book didn't have a lot of happy things that I would like to annotate. I also didn't even really... Okay, skip this part. This is kind of a spoiler, so skip this if you don't want to know anything about the book. But I didn't really like the romance between Lowen and Jeremy. If you've read this book already, you know what I'm talking about. Like, the romance was very weird. Like, I get it, Jeremy hasn't had sex in years, and like whatever. But Lowen, like, is kind of like insta-love feely, and like some of the scenes were weird, but I don't know. I feel like the romance was kind of like weird. Especially some of the sex scenes, they were kind of uncomfortable for me. Like, I didn't really like them. Cause I guess it's because it's something I wouldn't do. Like, if I was in that situation, I wouldn't do that. Like, it's weird. That's what kind of, it's just weird. But those are literally all the books I'm reading this month. But, or all the books I've read this month, which is kind of sad. Like, I wanted to read more. But since I've been out of a job for the past month and a half, I haven't had money to buy more books. So, I have a lot of book ideas and, like, book experiment video ideas that I really want to do. So look out for that in August. I'm wanting to have 2 different experimental book videos to go up in August. So hopefully that goes up. But I want to talk about what I'm currently reading. I'm reading Serpent and Dove by Shelby Mahurin. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. M-A-H-U-R-I-N. Mahurin. I don't know. I actually really like this book so far, but some of the words are in French, and I don't know what some of them mean. I've been able to figure out what they mean through context clues, and sometimes I'll look them up. But it's about witches. But this is what the back says. It says, "A witch and a witch hunter bound in holy matrimony. There was only one way such a story could end, a stake and a match." So when I read that, I was like, okay, I'm gonna want to read this because, like, I'm a witch, you know, and like the witch and the witch hunter, like the kind of it's kind of an enemies to lover feel, like different sides, you know, whatever. And the 2 main characters are Lou and Reed. So Lou, which is like Louise, she is an ex-witch. Like, from what I can, I'm literally barely any way through it. Like, I'm at like the 4th chapter or something. But Lou, like, I guess used to do witchcraft, but she doesn't anymore. Like, she stays away from magic unless she doesn't use it unless she absolutely needs to, and she like just refuses to like use magic, and then her friend Coco is a blood witch, and I think she only uses magic unless she has to as well. Like yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it works. And then Reed is a Chasher or Chasher. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's French for like a guard, or like a royal guard. Like they protect the town and the people. And they are supposed to be the ones hunting the witches, and that is Reed. So from my understanding, that like their meet cute was in like the first or second chapter, and from what I think so far, that's I feel like obviously it's gonna be the love interest. So it's gonna be interesting to see how because they've only like seen each other in passing, and like they bumped into each other, and during this like witch fight they bumped into each other again, and she thought that he was going to like try and like get her or something, so she like ran away. And he wasn't really focused on her because he was focusing on the witches that were attacking people. But I don't know, I haven't gotten to a part where they've actually done anything romantic towards each other. But I feel like, because this is a trilogy, so I feel like this might be a slow burn, unless every book is like different people, or like in the same area but different characters. I'm not sure about that. I haven't really read into the other books. Okay, so update, I finished this book. I've been going back and forth between now 4.5 stars and 5 stars. I really liked the characters, I really liked the setting, I liked the concept, I liked everything about it. I love the romance. The other reason I'm going back and forth between 4.5 and 5 stars is because sometimes it was confusing to read, because there's stuff in French and like stuff in like Old English and stuff. Like not a lot of it is in Old English. It's just like some of the words I'm like, I don't even know what that means, and I have to look them up to understand it. So that's the only reason why I would put it 4.5, but it is very much a 5-star book, and I'm excited to read the rest of the trilogy. The other book that I'm reading is Graveyard of Witchery by Bree Nickgarin. I don't know how to say her last name, so I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. I am almost halfway through, or about to be halfway through. And I was hoping to finish this month, but I might finish it next month. And I don't know, I really like it. I have some tabs. I want to start reading like witchy books along with my like fiction books, because I need to start studying more and like writing things down. So yeah, this is actually a good beginner book. If you watched my last video, I talked about how this is a really good beginner book, and I really wish I had it at the beginning of my craft. So if you can, I would recommend going to pick this up. I hope you guys have a wonderful Wednesday and a wonderful rest of your week, and keep on reading. Like, comment, subscribe if you're enjoying the channel, and you know, like the book videos, give me a thumbs up so I'll know. I don't know what to say at the end of videos usually, so. Also, my freaking outro music got copyrighted, so it's gonna be silence at the end. So, deuces. Bye. See you next week.